Hi Gemini, welcome to June and happy birthday. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I get started with your reading, I want to call in some good energy and create some sacred space around this reading. And I want to say thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. Thank you for those who have taken the time to leave comments, and for those who have ordered readings. I value and appreciate your support. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope these readings are helping you. I hope people are enjoying the videos. So, what's coming up for you? We have a new moon in your sign, Gemini, on June 3rd, and a full moon in Sagittarius on June 17th. So, let's see what the cards say. We'll get into the astrology later. So, what does Gemini need to know about love and relationships for the month of June? What does Gemini need to know about love and relationships for the month of June? And anything else that might be important. What does Gemini need to know about love and relationships? Okay, Five of Cups, the Death card, the Seven of Swords, the Six of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Four of Wands, Page of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so with the Five of Cups, you may be feeling a sense, you're focused on the past. Geminis are going through some changes with the Death card. With the Five of Cups here, you may feel in a relationship things are a little bit shaky. Maybe you're coming out of a difficult relationship. Because with the Death card here, this is a card of ending a cycle. It's the death of a cycle. So it doesn't necessarily mean, it doesn't mean physical death. What it means is that it's a death of a way of life. And maybe you've been, so for some of you, you might be ending a relationship that hasn't been working, and you've been focusing. This is like a card of regret. It's like looking at the past, reviewing your losses, you're focusing on your losses in the beginning of June. Because you're going through an ending, you're clearing out, and you have to kind of accept that a cycle in your life is over. But with the Five of Cups, though, it's not totally lost, because you still have two cups that are full. So if you want to save if a relationship is kind of in transition and you're feeling like it could be ending, and you want to save the relationship, you can save it by focusing on the positive, focusing on the good things that are in the relationship instead of focusing on the negative things. Because if you look at this card, this person is looking at everything that they've lost, but they're not looking at what they still have to work with. So for some of you, if a relationship has already ended, you really have to you're kind of evaluating the past before you move on. But there are a lot of good things still in your life, and there are good things coming in the future. You just have to stop. You have to kind of bless the past, release the past, and make room for the new. For those of you who are in a relationship and it's kind of shaky, you can still salvage the situation. Like I said, but there are going to have to be some changes. You're going to have to change some aspects of yourself and the way you're approaching the relationship, or even the two people involved. You have to focus, figure out where are we, what are we doing that's causing this disconnect, and what can we do to make things better, and make some real changes. With the Death card, it's a time of clearing out what's no longer working, and that could be beliefs, attitudes, behavior, and then let's focus on what is working or what we can do to make changes, to make things better. As the base of the situation, you have the Seven of Swords. So when the Seven of Swords comes up, you could feel that someone has not been honest with you. Someone is not telling you the whole story. or they may be saying one thing to your face and saying another thing behind your back, or you may feel like someone's trying to take something from you, steal from you. This is a card of, it's like the thief card or the sneak card. So it could be that someone is not being honorable in the relationship that you're in. Or it could also mean that you're not willing to face the truth about something. Because this is a card of avoiding the truth too. Avoiding, like you're kind of sneaking away. You're not dealing with the issues. You're not willing to face the issues. So it's saying also that you have to look deeper, because you have the Page of Swords here, where you might be hearing some gossip, because sometimes the Page of Swords is gossip, or having to have a difficult conversation with someone. So if there's something like you're not sure of or you're not trusting, you need to sit down with someone and talk to them and say, hey, what's going on? Tell me the truth. Where am I? Where is this relationship going? Where are we? You need to get at the truth in June. And don't take everything at face value. Look deeper. So if you're hearing gossip or news or rumors, don't believe what you're hearing. Check it out with the actual person. Now you have the Six of Cups here. So for some of you, you may have already ended a relationship and you're healing from the past. You're healing from that relationship and you're learning lessons. You're getting out of a rut. Something is ending and you're getting ready for a new cycle to begin. But before you can start this new cycle, you have to put the old to rest. You have to, look at it, feel it, bless it, and release it. Because the Six of Cups also represents moving into the future. Healing from the past, moving into the future, moving into a better situation. You could even be reconnecting with people from the past. Maybe you run into someone who you haven't seen in a while. And there's a possibility to connect on renew a friendship or begin a new relationship. You have the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands in the future. So there's a lot of love around you. There's the potential for love and stability and even commitment, because the Four of Wands sometimes can represent marriage. So if some of you are in a relationship and you're thinking about making a commitment, there may be some aspect of the past that you haven't put to rest yet. So if you're thinking about a new beginning, because you do have the new moon is in your sign, so that's going to affect your relationships, and you're ready for a new start in your life. It's in your first house. The full moon's in Sagittarius, which is going to be in your 7th house. So it's going to, so it's like a new beginning that could come. You could actually start a new relationship in June. You have the potential for a new beginning in relationship, but before you can do that, you have to let go of the past. You have to face the past, face the reality of a situation, and release it, heal from it before you move on. You can't just jump. Until you've done that work, you don't want to start something new. You want to do that work. But if you do the work, you have the potential to create something really beautiful. You have the Ten of Cups here, which is a beautiful love card. It's more than just a physical relationship with the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is real love, like connecting with someone on a real, like an emotional soul level. And the Four of Wands, it's bringing stability. You have love coming in June, or the potential. And you could be connecting with someone from the past. If it's not someone you know in this life, it could even be someone from a past life. When you meet someone and you feel an instant attraction. Because this is also, you have the Knight of Cups, which is like a karmic energy. You may feel like, I've known this person before. I feel so comfortable with them. There could also be someone wanting to come back into your life for some of you. Because I'm seeing, sometimes with the Five of Cups, it can mean an old love coming back, wanting to reconnect, wanting to make things better the second time around. And you're a little bit cautious about that because you're not sure you trust this person. So some of you might be, connecting with someone that maybe left and now wants to come back, realizing they made a mistake. Maybe just because the Five of Cups can be in a sense of regret. Like, I did something that I now regret. I ended a relationship and I wish I hadn't done that. And they're wanting to come back because they realize that you had really loved them and they're looking for that love and that stability. You could even be dealing with either a water or a fire sign, even air. I mean, the Knight of Cups represents a proposal, a romantic proposal. But there's a little bit, you have to be careful about the message, because they may not be telling you the whole story. So if someone comes to you with some type of wanting to reconnect or reconciliation, you want to look deeper and find out what's going on, because I feel like there's this deceptive energy around the message or the proposal. So they're not telling you, like they're leaving stuff out. Not so much that they're lying, but they're not telling you the complete story. The King of Wands is in your future. And that could be someone who's a fire sign, or it could be someone who's in a position of leadership, someone who is a good mentor, has a big heart, very generous, can be a little bit bossy at times. So, and this could be someone you already know. The Knight of Cups is someone who's a little bit more artistic, creative, maybe a little bit immature or unrealistic about love. They have this beautiful dream where they expect to find this romantic part. Maybe you were dealing with someone who wanted this perfect, Disney-like romance, and they weren't really ready to accept the reality of relationship, which, even in the best relationships, you're going to have some difficult times, and it's how you get through it that makes or breaks the relationship. There's nobody who lives happily ever after. You're two different people, and you're interacting, and you have how you respect each other, how you argue, how you get your needs met, how you communicate your love. That's what makes the relationship. So even in the best relationships, you're going to have arguments or you're going to have disagreements. But how you resolve them, there's no perfect relationship. How you resolve them is what makes the difference. And some people think, well, if we're fighting, then we can't be soulmates, and I must need somebody else, because they don't know how to react. They don't know how to deal with conflict in a relationship, or they don't know how to deal. They only know how to deal with the good times. They don't know how to deal with the difficult times. Maybe you're dealing with someone who doesn't know how to deal with conflict in a relationship. You can't get through to them. They just want to sweep things under the rug. And so here, you have the Seven of Pentacles as an outcome card. And that's a card of planting seeds and waiting to see what's going to develop. So it could be that you're considering, maybe you're considering a new relationship, or you're considering someone's proposal, and you're waiting to see where it's going to develop, how it's going to develop, what's going to happen. If you do meet someone new, you're going to be checking them out really carefully because of what you've been through in the past. You don't want to go through a similar situation where someone has been dishonest with you. But there is potential for love in June. You have the Ten of Cups here, the Four of Wands. The only thing that may stop you is you haven't yet released the past. You're finishing up a cycle. You're kind of ending, you're in the process of transition with the Death card. The Death card, and this is the only major arcana in the spread, so it means a cycle is ending. Something is ending, and something new is getting ready to begin. It could be a new way of living for you. So if you're ending one relationship, or you've ended a relationship, you're getting ready for a new start, a new you. And so you may start the month off feeling a sense of sadness or loss, but you're not going to end the month that way, because there's love coming. You could connect with someone new, or someone that you've known from the past. And it could be a very nice relationship. So let's see what the astrology has to say. So you have the new moon in your first house, and you have Jupiter in the 7th house. Jupiter in the 7th, this is a really fortunate time for you to form partnerships, both business and personal. When Jupiter's in your 7th house, you meet people who are really good for you. You meet someone who is financially secure. You meet someone who is very optimistic, who brings joy and optimism and adventure into your life. So you could be meeting up with someone who's a little bit different, who brings, so if you've come through a loss, this new partnership is bringing optimism back to your life. You have Neptune in the 10th house, and that's squaring this new moon. So with Neptune in the 10th, there could be some confusion around your life path or career. You're not sure where to focus your energy. Or you could be dealing with, you could be starting a new beginning in a career that has to do with helping others or servicing others, like where you're helping the disadvantaged, you're helping the poor, you're helping people that are struggling. Because Neptune is a healing, social work kind of energy, where you're helping people other than yourself. You're sacrificing yourself for others. You have Venus in the 12th, so you could have a secret crush on someone, or you're not showing your feelings, you're hiding your feelings. When Venus is in the 12th, there could be a relationship that you are not wanting to go public with yet. You have Pluto and Saturn in the 8th house. So Pluto and Saturn in the 8th, it's going to transform, because the 8th house is the house of death, and transformation. So something in your life is transforming through relationship. The 8th house is also the house of money that you get from others. So you could be connecting with powerful people that are financing some project that you're working on that has to do with serving the community. Or it could be that you're rethinking how you approach intimacy and relationship. You could be connecting with someone who has a powerful effect on you and transforms your life in some way, so that you feel like a sense of rebirth or being reborn. It's a positive time. Venus is trining Saturn and Pluto in June at this new moon. So if there's something that you want to make happen, there are powerful energies supporting that. Maybe you need to just release some karma around love and relationship and money. So if you have some conflicts about the past that you're sweeping under the rug, some past relationship, you need to bring that up and heal it and release it so that you can be making room and be ready for these new beginnings that are going to come in June. Now the full moon is happening in your 7th house, and the sun will be in your 1st house. So you're feeling good. When the sun is in your sign, you're feeling energetic. It's your birthday. It's like a new year. Your new solar year is starting. And you have Mars and Mercury in Cancer in your 2nd house. So you're working really hard. You're dealing with issues around money, because you have Saturn and Pluto are in the 8th house, and Mars and Mercury are in the 2nd house. So you may need to have conversations with people about resources, financial resources. If you're trying to get something off the ground, you need to be communicating. Your energy is focused on getting financial support for the work that you're doing. It's also about communicating, coming up with money-making ideas. Mercury in the 2nd brings, you're thinking, how can I bring more money into my life? I need money to achieve this goal. I need to think in new ways, innovative ways. Because part of you, and you may have issues that you need to heal around communicating what you need. Maybe you haven't been good at letting people know what you need in a relationship, and that's been preventing you from having intimacy, because you're saying, well, they should know. I don't want to have this conversation. They should know what I need. Well, you may need to communicate what you need. But I feel like with Mercury and Mars in the 2nd house, you're going to be focusing your energy on what your values are. What do I value? What do I need? And how can I communicate that need? And how can I get support from others? The financial support that I need, so I can accomplish my goal. Because I feel like, even though there's love in this, there's a potential for love, new beginnings in love relationships. The 7th house is also the house of business partnerships as well. So you could be forming new partnerships in business. If it's not a love relationship, it could also be a business partnership. And you're needing some type of financial support. And you're needing to communicate that and figure out a way to bring more financial support into your life. So that's going to be the focus. That's going to be the focus of June. And I think it's positive because you have these great cards here. So just be patient, because the seeds that you've planted, I think, will come to fruition. You could even be partnering with this King of Wands. This person's like, could be a mentor. So someone may approach you with an idea and say, wanting to help you or wanting to advise you in some way. Someone who's a good leader. Someone who's a take charge kind of person. So you could be partnering with someone that's going to actually bring you greater stability, greater abundance, and a lot more joy into your life. But the main focus, though, is about releasing the past. Healing from the past, releasing past sorrow, seeing what you still have that you can work with. That all is not lost. And if you've made mistakes in your life, that's fine. We all make mistakes. It's how you recover and what you're going to do now that counts. So don't dwell too much on the past. Focus on the future and what's coming. Learn from the past. Heal from it. And then embrace the new. Embrace the future. Because you have... there's definitely some proposal or offer on the way in June that can bring you greater stability and greater happiness. You just have to reach out for it and be ready for it. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Gemini. If you'd like a private reading where we can go into greater detail with your life and your specific situation, just click on the link in the description box and we can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, have a wonderful June. Happy birthday. And embrace the love and the stability that's coming your way. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of the new cycle. Release the past, embrace the new. And I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.